There are places on our planet that are completely off-limits. And no, we're not talking about exclusive VIP areas. We're talking about places so dangerous, secretive, or protected that stepping into them could mean poisoning, imprisonment, or even death. So buckle up, because we're about to reveal the 5 most inaccessible places on Earth that humans can't visit. Join us to be amazed on this journey. The island of North Sentinel, nestled in the Andaman Archipelago in the Bay of Bengal, stands as one of the most isolated and mysterious locations on Earth. This tiny island is predominantly covered by dense forests and is surrounded by coral reefs that make approaching by boat extremely perilous. Governed by India, access to the island is strictly prohibited, a measure taken to protect its inhabitants, the Sentinelese. This tribe is one of the last uncontacted communities in the world, living entirely autonomously with very little or no contact with the outside world. The risks and dangers associated with North Sentinel Island are significant for both outsiders and the Sentinelese themselves. The primary concern of the Indian government and international organizations is the possibility of disease transmission, to which the Sentinelese have no immunity. Furthermore, the tribe itself has demonstrated strong resistance to external contact, often responding with hostility to the approach of strangers. Their hostility is seen as a form of self-protection against external threats, including diseases and the destabilization of their way of life. A tragic example of this hostility occurred in 2006, when 2 Indian fishermen, who accidentally drifted too close to the island after their anchor came loose while they slept, were killed by the Sentinelese. This incident underscores the extreme danger of attempting to make contact with the tribe, so much so that India has imposed strict laws prohibiting travel to the island. Even well-intentioned visits can end in violence, as demonstrated by the death of an American missionary, John Allen Chow, in 2018, who tried to approach the Sentinelese with the aim of evangelization and ended up being fatally attacked. These events reinforce the policy of non-contact and the need to respect the voluntary isolation of the Sentinelese to ensure the safety of all. Movil Cave, located in southeastern Romania near the Black Sea, remained sealed off from the outside world for about 5.5 million years, until its discovery in 1986 during geological surveys. The entrance to the cave is a narrow vertical portal that descends into a dark, humid environment, composed of a complex labyrinth of galleries and flooded chambers. Due to its long isolation from the outside world, the cave has developed a highly specialized and delicate ecosystem, which relies almost exclusively on chemoautotrophic processes, a biological process that utilizes energy derived from chemical reactions rather than sunlight. The environment in Movil Cave is notoriously hostile to humans, marked by high levels of toxic gases such as hydrogen sulfide and anoxia, making the air virtually unbreathable without proper protective equipment. Additionally, high humidity and the complete absence of light create conditions that can be extremely uncomfortable and dangerous. For these reasons, access to the cave is strictly limited to scientists and researchers who use special equipment to study its ecosystem without disturbing its fragile balance. The continued preservation of the cave is vital, as the extreme conditions and prolonged isolation create a natural laboratory for studying evolutionary and adaptive processes. The ecosystem of Movil Cave is a biological treasure, harboring about 48 species found only in this location, including arachnids, crustaceans, and insects, many of which are blind or exhibit life forms that have adapted to the absence of light. The discovery of new species continues as explorations and research progress, offering valuable insights into cave biology and potential applications in biotechnology and medicine. The uniqueness of this untouched ecosystem provides an unparalleled window into understanding life in extreme conditions, emphasizing the importance of its conservation and study. Poveglia is a small island located in the Venice Lagoon, Italy, with a dark and intriguing past. For centuries, it served as a quarantine station for the bubonic plague, where the infected were isolated to prevent the spread of the devastating disease. In the 20th century, the island was turned into a psychiatric asylum, adding layers to its reputation as a place of torment and suffering. Access to Poveglia is extremely restricted, and its atmosphere is often described as heavy and laden with sad memories. The risks and dangers associated with Poveglia Island are both physical and psychological. ruined structures and unsafe grounds pose a real physical danger to unsuspecting visitors. Additionally, the island is often shrouded in urban legends and accounts of paranormal activity, attributed to the disturbed souls of those who died there, both from the plague and in the island's grim asylum days. These stories, true or not, contribute to a palpable sense of fear and unease, discouraging visitation. Currently, the Italian government prohibits entry to Poveglia Island, not only to protect individuals' physical integrity, but also to preserve what remains of the island's historical heritage. These restrictions are enforced to prevent vandalism and the potential disturbance of unmarked graves believed to be scattered throughout the island. Despite the curiosity and fascination that Poveglia exerts on many, authorities maintain strict control over access, ensuring that the island remains isolated and shrouded in its mysterious veil of stories and legends. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault, popularly known as the Doomsday Vault, is an impressive seed bank situated in the Svalbard archipelago within the Arctic Circle in Norway. Opened in 2008, the vault was built to serve as a kind of global insurance against catastrophes that could compromise the planet's cultivable plant varieties. Within its underground facilities, carved into a permafrost mountain, the vault keeps the seeds in a state of deep freeze, ideal for their long-term preservation. This extremely remote and geologically stable location was chosen to minimize the risks of natural or man-made disasters. The primary mission of the Svalbard Global Seed Vault is to ensure the agricultural biodiversity of the planet by preserving surplus seeds from gene banks around the world. This diversity is vital for research and the development of crop varieties that can adapt to climate change, diseases, and pests. The vault has the capacity to store up to 4.5 million crop varieties, with each variety having approximately 500 seeds. Currently, the vault houses more than 1 million seed samples, sourced from almost every country in the world, reflecting a collaborative global effort for future food security. Access to the Svalbard Global Seed Vault is highly restricted and not open to visitors, thus ensuring the maximum security and integrity of the seed samples. Only a few select staff and scientists are allowed entry under very specific circumstances, such as depositing or withdrawing seeds. This is crucial to maintain the vault's internal temperature constant and to avoid any biological contamination that could harm the stored seeds. Interestingly, the vault was designed to be passive and self-sufficient. It is intended to continue operating without human intervention, even in the event of power failures or global disasters that disrupt human activities. Snake Island, often referred to as Ilha das Cobras, is situated approximately 35 kilometers off the coast of Itanhaém, on the coast of São Paulo State, Brazil. This island is notorious for being the sole home of the golden lancehead, Bothrops insularis, an extremely venomous viper species endemic to this location. Due to its isolated evolution, the golden lancehead has developed venom much more potent than its continental relatives, adapting to the need for rapid immobilization of migratory birds, its main source of food. Access to Snake Island is strictly regulated by the Brazilian government, with severe restrictions to ensure the safety of both people and snakes. These measures are crucial, given the high risk associated with the incredibly high densities of snakes per square meter, considered one of the largest in the world. Researchers wishing to study the island and its unique fauna must obtain special permits and are usually accompanied by experienced guides during their visits, minimizing the risks of venomous accidents. The dangers on Snake Island, beyond the obvious risk of poisoning by one of the deadliest snakes on the planet, include the lack of basic infrastructure for immediate medical treatment, significantly raising the severity of any incident. For these reasons, the island remains virtually untouched by humans, contributing to the conservation of both the insular ecosystem and the golden lancehead. Isolation helps preserve the unique characteristics of the fauna and flora, providing a natural laboratory for the study of species evolution and island ecology. And while some of these places may eventually open up to human exploration, others must remain untouched, preserving their mysteries and integrity for future generations. Venture forth with caution and respect, for the true spirit of exploration lies not only in treading where no one has trodden before, but in doing so in a way that honors the natural balance of our world. If you enjoyed exploring these incredible and inaccessible places with us, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That way, you won't miss our upcoming videos, full of adventures and fascinating discoveries. Click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and join our community of curious explorers. Thank you for watching, and until next time.